In this video, we're going to talk about the surface area and volume of a cone. So here we have a cone shown. You'll notice that the height is the vertical distance from the very tip or the vertex of the cone, straight line distance down to the center of the circle. The radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the outside, and the slant height is the length of the slant from the vertex down to the base of the cone. And the slant height you can find because we know that this red triangle that is drawn is a right line. We have that the slant squared is equal to the radius squared plus height squared. So we will find we will be using that little piece of information later on. Let's talk about the formulas for volume and surface area. The surface area of a cone consists of the lateral area and the circular base. So we have to consider that we have the circular base that we need to find the area of, as well as all of the part that wraps around the cone. So the surface area is equal to pi r squared, which is the circular area. We know that the area of a circle is always pi r squared, and the slant area is pi rs, or the lateral surface area. So we have the base plus the lateral. And this makes up the formula for surface area of a cone. The volume of a cone is actually 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. So the volume of a cone is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times height. Remembering that the volume of a cone is the area of the base, which is pi r squared times the height. So the cone is actually 1/3 of that. Let's put these formulas into brackets. First example says calculate the surface area and volume of the globe. So to find the surface area, we know that the formula is pi r squared, so the circular base, plus pi rs, which is the lateral surface area. So let's list what we know. We know that r, the radius, is equal to 3, and the height is equal to 8. What we don't have in this picture is our slant height. So in order to substitute that into the formula, we have to solve for s. We know that s squared is equal to our height squared plus our radius squared. So using our calculator, we find that s squared is equal to 3. If we take the square root of either side, we get that s is equal to approximately 8.5. Substitute that into our picture, and now we have enough information to fill in our surface area. So we have pi times 3 squared plus pi times our radius, which is 3, and our slant height, which is 8.5. Using our calculators, we can find that we have 9 times pi is equal to 28.27 plus 8.5 times 3 times pi is equal to 80.11. Add these together, we get the surface area is 108.4 centimeters squared. Now to find the volume. We know that volume from the formula that we derived from the previous page is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. We have all of these variables. We only need r and h. The volume is 1/3 times pi 3 squared 8. Now we just substitute this all into the calculator right at once. we get that the volume is approximately equal to 75.4 centimeters cubed. So the volume always has cubic units, surface area will always have square units. And that's how you use a formula to find the surface area and volume. What happens if we're given specific information but not all of the information? So this is an example. The lateral area of a cone is radius 5 centimeters and 175 centimeters squared. Determine the slant height of the cone to the nearest centimeter and then determine the height of the cone. So what we have here is we have a cone. We can draw a sketch of it. We always want to list the information that's given and the information that we want. We'll be able to use one of the two formulas given in order to solve for the part that we want. So lateral surface area, so we have that pi RS is equal to 179 centimeters squared. We know that our radius is equal to 5 centimeters. We want to find out what is S, and we also want to find in part B what is H. We know that the radius is 5, so we can put that in. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to recognize that for part A, we want to find what S is. So we need to find out which part of the equation we can fit in to solve for S. Right here, we know that pi RS is equal to 179. We also know that R is equal to 5. So what we can do is we can solve this equation. We know that S is going to be equal to 179 divided by 5 to pi. We just divide this by 5. By 5 pi and we divide by 5 pi. We get that S is equal to, remember to put these in brackets when you're putting in the calculator. We get that the slant height is equal to 11. Okay. So B, determine the height of the cone. So now that we know, looking for the height, we know that the slant height is equal to 11.4, and we know that our radius is 5 centimeters. We use Pythagorean theorem. We know that the slant height squared is equal to 5 squared plus the height squared. We also know now that the slant height is 11.4. So we can rearrange this and solve for height. So height is going to be 11.4 squared minus 5 squared. We'll get that our height, 11.4 squared minus 5 squared. We find that answer is equal to 104.96. We find the square root of that. We get that H is equal to approximately